Welcome back to another Division 2 upload. I'm LtBuzzLitebeer, and hot off the press, we now have the entire update 10.1 patch notes, and as expected, there are quite a few changes to skills, PvP, loot, and a catalog of bug fixes. So we've got a lot to cover. But before we begin, if you want more of this style of dedicated Division content, please take just a second to smash that sub button and ring the bell to never miss another upload notification from my YouTube channel. Okay, let's get this patch notes review started. Okay, so I've jumped over here now to the patch notes. This is for title update 10.1 posted over on the UB forums. Today is Monday. The patch will be going live tomorrow morning, Tuesday. Here are the patch sizes. For PC, you're looking at approximately 1.22 gigs. For PS4, 1.5 gigs. And for Xbox, 2 gigs. That could vary slightly based on the region you are based in. Okay, so here we go. A lot of these are going to be reviewed, but I'll go over them very quickly. Audio and subtitles. Added missing audio for Keener's Legacy Collectibles. Added missing subtitles for Keener's Legacy Collectibles. So there you go. Weapons. Changed maximum rifle ammo capacity from 280 to 420. Remember, this was the 50% extra rifle ammo we were supposed to get in Title Update 10. They just couldn't quite squeeze it in. It will go live tomorrow. We also covered this one last week. The Forge, the named holster, the shield health bonus is increased from 10% to 50%. Pay attention to that one, agents. For those of you who like to run around with your rifle shield builds or maybe an AR shield build, especially with the Crusader shield, which is the assault shield, this could really bulk up your shield health here. So the Forge has gone from pretty mild to pretty wild as far as shield health, because 50%, it's quite a bit. Gear sets, we knew that Foundry Bulwark, the 3-piece, they considered it to be healing the agent a bit too much. So armor regen lowered from 3% to 1%, added 50% shield health in its place. So what they've done here is they've bulked up the ability of the shield to absorb a lot more damage, but taken away the ability for the agent taking damage from the sides and the back to be able to heal as quickly. So if you run around with a Foundry Bulwark with a Bulwark shield, obviously be careful, you're not going to heal nearly as quickly starting tomorrow. Loot, this was big for Title Update 10.1, increased minimum item power and chances for higher power items for several difficulties, resulting in higher average rolls overall. Slight chance on challenge, bigger increase on heroic and legendary. So what that means is now what they're, in layman's terms, what they're saying is the harder the difficulty of the mission you get, the slightly higher power items you're going to find on those difficulties. Sealed caches, here we go, this one right here. Increased power of items from field proficiency and dark zone caches to be on par with heroic tier loot that's up from challenge. So when you open up field proficiency caches and dark zone caches, they're now on heroic tier instead of challenge tier. So hopefully they'll be more rewarding. Increased power of items from clan caches to be on par with legendary tier loot up from heroic. So if you were part of a clan and every week if you complete the objectives and you get that clan cache, it's now legendary tier loot. Ooh, can't wait to see that. And then also down here, increase of item power of legendary tier loot also affects all season caches. All right, here's the next one here. Moved general pool exotics from mission final boss loot to mission completion rewards. This means that an exotic that drops as loot from a final boss in a mission will either be the exotic specific to that mission, i.e. the Bighorn and legendary missions, or an exotic from the current targeted loot pool, but not a random different exotic. These extra random exotics can still be rewarded with the same frequency, but as acquired as an exotic cache from the mission completion rewards instead. So what is happening is people are going up on the legendary. Obviously they were trying to get a Bighorn, which is a rare specific drop to legendary missions, the only place you can get the Bighorn, and they're killing the boss at the end. They see the red exotic plume, they're like, hell yeah, I got the Bighorn. They run over there and it's a Sweet Dreams, and they're like, what the F? That's what this is designed to go against. So now, if you do get an exotic to drop from the final boss in a mission on legendary, it's either going to be the Bighorn or it could be a weapon or piece of gear that is specific to the targeted loot for that mission. So if you're running around on District Union and that week it's maybe a targeted loot for, I don't know, LMGs, you could get the Bullet King as well, is what they're saying. So if you get a legendary drop from the final boss, it could be a Bullet King, it could be the Bighorn, but if you also get extra exotics, they're going to come in the form of an exotic cache at the end of the mission. So mission completion. I actually appreciate this. I have so many people saying to me, hey, I thought I got this, but I actually got this. Huge letdown. Nobody wants to play games for huge letdowns. This is trying to correct that. Skills, Chem Launcher, we knew this was coming. Reinforcer repair, overtime strength increased by 11%. Reinforcer ammo lowered from 3 to 2 at skill tier 0. Reinforcer now gains +1 ammo at skill tier 4. Firestarter base ammo lowered from 2 to 1. All right, well, I don't run around with a 0 skill tier Firestarter kit, so I don't know how that would affect you, but Firestarter now gains +1 ammo at skill tier 4. Riot Foam now gains +1 ammo at skill tier 4, and Oxidizer now gains +1 ammo at skill tier 4. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to cut away the advantages of running around with skill tier 0, but still getting pretty strong skills. They're forcing you to go up here to about skill tier 4 is what this is looking at, to really start to pick up some of the perks from some of these. I don't really have any problems with any of these. Hive, look at all the changes to Hive. I'm going to try and run through these really quickly. This is a lot going on here. So let's go up here and start. Increased base duration of all Hive variants from 50 seconds to 180 seconds. So they tripled. That's right, they tripled the base duration of all Hive variants. Restore Hive base range increased from 6 to 8 meters, so you picked up 2 meters. Restore Hive range increase per skill tier reduced from 20% to 10%. That's going to hurt. Restore Hive charges lowered from 12 to 8 at skill tier 0. So once again, they're trying to hurt you a little bit for trying to run around for an all red build, but running around and trying to get the maximum results out of a skills. Your skill should not be as strong as somebody, if you're running around with skill tier 0, as somebody's running around with skill tier 6. So what they're trying to do is increase that gap. Restore Hive now gains +4 charges per skill tier. Okay. Restore Hive drone speed increased from 5% to 10% per skill tier. Those are the little things that fly out of your Restorer Hive. They now are going to travel faster. Okay. They will travel faster and faster based on your skill tier. Restorer Hive repair strength increased from 120% to 140% during overcharge. Restorer Hive range increased from 175% to 200% during overcharge. Stinger Hive now gains +5% drone speed per skill tier. Once again, amping up how fast those drones can fly. Stinger Hive now gains +80% drone speed during overcharge. That's a lot. Reviver Hive charges lowered from 4 to 1 at skill tier 0. I covered this last week. This was to cut down the ability of like a skill tier 0 player, an all-red player running around with a Revive Hive. Your entire squad goes down. You could throw out your Revive as long as they were all clumped together, and you could revive them all. They're trying to handicap that down. Now, if you're running around with skill tier 0, you get 1 charge, okay, and ideally that's for you. Reviver Hive base cooldown lowered from 240 to 180 seconds. Okay, so they dropped a minute off of it. Reviver Hive now gains +1 charge per skill tier. Reviver Hive now gains +5% drone speed per skill tier. Once again, amping up the drone speeds. Reviver Hive range increased from 75 to 100% during overcharge. You picked up 25%. Booster Hive charges lowered from 12 to 8 at skill tier 0. Once again, hurting a little bit skill tier 0 players trying to get the maximum out of their skills. Booster Hive now gains +4 charges per skill tier. Booster Hive no longer increases weapon damage. That hurts a little bit. Booster Hive buff effect now increases hazard protection in addition to weapon handling and melee damage. Remember over here, weapon handling, I'm moving my mouse around on it. That's now if you get like plus 10% or whatever, that's reload speed, that is accuracy, stability, and swap speed. So remember that reload speed can help your DPS by the fact that you're able to reload the weapon that much faster and get back into action. Booster Hive drones now cleanse status effects from the player on hit. That's interesting. Booster Hive buff amount increased from 10% to 20% at skill tier 0. Booster Hive stem efficiency increased from 10 to 33% per skill tier. So I look forward to some interesting Booster Hive builds, especially with those high skill tiers. Booster Hive now gains +5% drone speed per skill tier. We already knew that. Artificer Hive charges lowered from 10 to 8 at skill tier 0. For those of you who like to run around with this, this is on the Tactician. think it's a Tactician. This is on the Tactician specialization. This is that hive that basically sends out drones that repairs your skills. So you could run around with your shield, and every now and then it would throw out a drone to repair your shield. At least that's what I did with mine. It now lowered the base charges from 10 to 8. Okay. Artificer Hive now gains plus 4 charges per skill tier, excuse me. It also gains plus 10% range per skill tier. It also gains 10% drone speed per skill tier. The Hive skill refresh increased from 1 second to 3 seconds at skill tier 0. So I guess that's the ability of the skill refresh increased. I wonder if that's its ability to recharge the drones has tripled. We'll have to see. Skill refresh increased from 20 seconds to 22 seconds during overcharge. Artificer Hive now gains plus 100% range during overcharge. Wow. And it also gains plus 150% skill haste during overcharge. Once again, wow. So they're really cranking that one up. So for those of you who like to run around with Tactician specialization and the Artificer Hive, you got some interesting changes coming. Shock Trap, we all knew this. Here we go. Base cooldown increased from 50 to 60 seconds. So you picked up 10 seconds. And duration increased from 30 to 60 seconds. So it lasts twice as long. PvP modifiers, I touched on this last week. All assault rifles are being buffed by 9%. Striker drone damage increased by 38%. Firestarter chem launcher explosion damage reduced by 50%. This was explained quite a bit on the state of the game, trying to cut down on people just basically catching the entire DZ on fire with very low, even like skill tier 0 builds. And also deployed player skills now take 4 times more damage from hostile players. So for those of you that are having trouble shooting down players, I don't know, assault drones or maybe, striker drones or assault turrets and stuff like that. Now when you shoot at those skills, if I'm shooting at another player's skills in the DZ, their skills are taking 4 times more damage from me. All right, tons of bug fixes. I was told that I need to cover bug fixes in these, so I will cover bug fixes. Actually, not that bad. Here we go. Fix a delay between the EMP sticky bomb exploding and the start of cooldown. Once again, I would like specifics in here. How much, delay was taken out? That would be interesting. I guess these are just generals. Fix a delay between the Firefly skill being destroyed and the start of the cooldown. Fix the blinder Firefly failing to blind enemies. Hopefully that's it smashing into cover and not doing anything. Fix the blinder Firefly cooldown starting before the effect ends if the player has not selected the maximum number of targets. Fix a demolisher Firefly and not working on support stations in legendary difficulty. That's an interesting one. Fixed inconsistent health at different skill tiers for the striker drone. Okay. Fixed special field research not granting apparel cash rewards. Okay. Fixed a PC Stadia issue causing players to be sent to the inspect menu when attempting to buy weapon skins with a control. Well, certainly we've got the microtransaction stuff under control. Fix an issue causing Keener's Defender drone to become invulnerable when affected by a jam repulse. I know this is a big one. Apparently it's fixed. Fix the eliminate the Guardians with another Guardians explosion challenges not completing in the Guardian global event. I didn't like Guardian at all. I thought it was a grind. Fix an issue where only one of Lieutenant Gray's bodyguards would deploy their shields in Operation Iron Horse. Well, that isn't bad. Less shields. Fix an issue where players would spawn inside spawn closets in Operation Iron Horse. Oh, that's terrible. Fix multiple instances of robotic NPC voices encountered in missions. That could have been kind of cool. Fixed missing image for the Thermite outfit in the in-game rewards menu. Fixed Termite, League activities appearing as completed under certain circumstances. Fixed several crafting materials not being shared when purchasing the material sharing perk. That was an issue. Fixed an issue that would allow players to spawn another Javier Kajika if defeated very quickly. So you could have like ghost Kajikas running around. I've seen that one actually. Fixed named NPC Alexandra Tidy Popov not spawning during the final boss fight in the invaded version of the Space Admin HQ. Okay. Fixed a UI only issue on the Trauma Specialist talent where it states required but gives no further context. That could be a difficult thing to handle. Fixed missing League timer on Stadia. fixed missing leaderboards in the base of Operation and Haven, fixed FPS drops when opening multiple leaderboards, fixed duplicate clanmates in the top clan leaderboards, fixed the inability to remove facial hair at the barber. Well, thank God we got that now in the game. Fixed incorrect text being displayed for the crafting material cache and season reward previews, fixed incorrect gear score ranges being displayed in the world tier crafting bench upgrade blueprints, fixed an issue where some brands, Raid and other gear set crafting materials were not shared even if the material sharing perk was purchased. For Walker Harrison Co., Ironworks Base, Ironworks Bulwark, Ironworks Future Fabric, System Corruption, Data Core, Strikers Battle Gear Plating, and Eclipse Protocol Membrane. Okay. So what they're saying there is if you had multiple characters, this last one I'm reading here, if you had multiple characters and you would actually purchase the share the crafting materials across your characters, it was not sharing those specific pieces. So like I mentioned last week, no new content, quite a few bug fixes, and quite a bit centered on the Chem Launcher and the Hive. We also had a few PvP modifiers in there. Loot was a big one. I look forward to this. I've received reports that purple loot is still dropping in Heroics. That's terrible. Gear sets, we knew about Foundry Bulwark. We knew what was coming with the Forge. We knew that the doubling of the rifle ammo was incoming as well. That's going to wrap up today's patch notes review, and as always, I look forward to reading your feedback in the comment section below. If you haven't yet done so, and you want more of this style of dedicated Division content in your lives, please take just a second to smash that sub button, and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss another upload notification from my YouTube channel. If you liked the video, rate it with a thumbs up, if not with a thumbs down. Links to support my full-time content creation outside of YouTube include Patreon and Teespring, both in the video description. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for all my latest thoughts concerning most things gaming related. And until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing out.